What to do with your trades or investments, as I am not a financial advisor. Any and all content provided by me contains my own speculative opinion on the market. As such, this content should not be used to make trading or investment decisions. The market is extremely volatile, and the decisions you make should be based on your own due diligence. If you should make a trade or investment decision based off the speculative content that we provide, this disclaimer legally relinquishes me from any and all responsibility. Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. Trading in any market is extremely risky, and you should conduct your own research and analysis prior to making investment or trading decisions. Oh baby! Oh baby! Bear Jesus has returned to take your money. All you had to do was hit the red button. All you had to do was not know that it wasn't an uptrend. All you had to do was watch the candlesticks formations and the resistance levels accordingly. Oh, Bear Jesus has come to take your soul in the cryptocurrency market, and he strikes again. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Blackfire. Happy Friday. I hope everybody enjoyed their week. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend as we see markets closing pretty much right now in cryptocurrency land for the weekend. We do have a lot of interesting things to talk about today. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Mr. NASDAQ as usual. And look at that. Doesn't that TA mumbo jumbo sometimes it works so well. We got that extension and that pullback to test that 1 spot 272 Fibonacci extension target that was met on yesterday's candle closure. And again, I was looking for a little bit of a pullback as a result. Again, nothing too death sentencey in my opinion. This still remains valid, as support for now. I want to see, a couple more days worth of price action and see how this support level, holds for future price action here. As of now, the extension is valid to the 1 spot 414 Fibonacci extension zone right around $14,500. Stochastics again, still very bullish in my opinion. Don't take the overbought and oversold territories too seriously. Again, when we see stochastics cross into the bullish control zone on downside momentum, that is our signal to go ahead and start pulling out our positions or opening up short positions. Again, that's just my perspective. That is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but still very, very, very bullish right here. Looking just for a little bit of a test of that positively sloped exponential. Still very strong in my opinion. Coming down to the RSI, momentum is it's weak, yes, but we still see price action traveling onwards and upwards, actually seeing a downside confirmed test of the bottom side of the bullish control zone here. It wouldn't be too much to see a little bit of a break of this support, to see a little bit of a pullback again. Our last low was printed right here on the 15th of June, right around this region. So any closure higher than that would provide the basis for a higher low if we were to see that condition of a pullback being met. But for now, I don't really have any downside targets outside of a little bit of a potential pullback all the way to the red 10 simple first. But for now, again, this target has been met and extended. Excuse me. And I'm still looking for the 1 spot 414 coming into next week, maybe next couple of weeks. We'll move on to SPY futures here. Continuation of new all-time highs. Same thing as NASDAQ. I'm looking for, this could actually be confirmed. I would say that this is close enough. Close enough is close enough for me to confirm this as a confirmed touch of the 1 spot 272 Fibonacci extension target. A little bit of a pullback as a result would not be out of the question. To test the 4250 region, which is this prior breakout zone right here. But for now, momentum seems to be very powerful on this one, and I am looking for continuation as a result. Again, that long-term structure here, which is jacked up for whatever reason. I don't know why it's like that. The long-term multi-touch structure here from an RSI perspective, still holding very true. I'm still very bullish on this asset, and again, off that low call, that bullish divergence drive, we do have a little bit more momentum, to go in my opinion. Seeing that exponential, holding that positive slope here, and RSI continuing closer and closer towards the bullish control zone. What I want to see on this, to kind of avert the bullish divergence perspective here, I want to see higher highs printing on RSI alongside price action printing higher highs. And we see higher highs, printing here, and any kind of top formation within this region here would provide the basis for another drive of bearish divergence. Not saying that that's a death sentence or any kind of reversal or anything like that, but if we get that bearish divergence call, I would be expecting a little bit more of a pullback for SPY futures here. However, I want to see the one spot 272 break and see a candle closure above that region on the daily before I extend targets up to the one spot 414. The theory that we could see that pump up to the 1414 is there, but I like confirmation. I want to see a confirmation candle closure above that region before I make that kind of trading decision. For now, a pullback all the way to the red 10 simple. Maybe this support wouldn't be out of the question. Again, seeing new all-time high. Anytime we see new all-time highs on any kind of indice, stock, crypto, or anything like that, you got to expect that those are areas of interest when we see new all-time highs being met, especially upon achieving price action touching Fibonacci extension levels. Typically, those Fibonacci extension levels are high points of interest, areas of interest for either continuation or potential sell-offs. So, coming into next week, could we see a pullback? Yes. That would not be out of the question. Or we could just blast right through the one spot 272 and continue onwards and upwards. Everything is aiming up, so I have to stay on the bullish perspective here. Stochastics continuing into the bullish control zone, finally breaking through. Exponential is getting dangerously close to entering the bullish control zone. I love this read. This is a powerful show for the stochastics. That's true. That's it for ES1. We'll move on to Dow Jones, see if it continued on, and it did. Wow. Okay, but it actually closed on a spinning top candle style closure here. Not a death sentence in my opinion. We do see momentum, really starting to rise for Dow Jones. Why are my fucking trend lines all jacked up right now? What is going on? Okay, so the long-term uptrend structure is valid as of now. The structure used to be this; it was a little tighter up in this region here, but we got a different perspective here, in my opinion, since this region broke. From an RSI perspective, we did see this region break right here with continuation to touch the top side of the bullish control zone. That's where our upside structure continues. Excuse me. It's Friday. It's the weekend. I'm having a drink. So seeing the RSI, this one has a lot of momentum in my opinion. This one's actually bouncing very, very heavily to the upside. And I have no reason with this candle closure above this resistance not to think that we won't see some kind of push all the way back up to the all-time high resistance here. But again, I'm not looking for any new all-time highs on this one until we break that region. And if we happen to see that region break sometime next week, the upside target becomes the one spot 272 Fibonacci extension zone. Right around 150. That's kind of what we'll call it here. Again, stochastics still holding that long-term 4-point, 5-point, 6-point structure, whatever you want to call it. It's still holding true. And when I laid this out, I was curious to see if this downside stochastic momentum was actually going to hold this area as support. And look at that, boom! And it held very well and basically provided a good trade for that region here. Again, bouncing off the Cyan 89, very, very, very powerful move in my opinion. It actually took a long time for this to break down the way it did, and then 5 days later, we're seeing a nice recovery. So the way this is recovering and the way that we're seeing momentum oscillators, again, I have no reason not to think upside continuation is basically the next move for this one. A pullback, in my opinion, for this one is a little scary. Why? Because we haven't printed new highs, right? We haven't printed new highs. This is the only high that we have information to take out. Any high that's printed lower than the all-time high resistance is gonna flag as a lower high, and that is kind of like a bearish indicator. It's like if you're on the more aggressive side of trading, when you see that first lower high, aggressive traders say, boom, that's it, that's the downtrend. Me personally, I want to see a lower high followed by a lower low before I'm convinced of a downtrend. But for those of you that are aggressive traders, that is something to be aware of. That any top formation closing below this all-time high resistance is likely to flag as a lower high. Not sure how to perceive that as of right now. That's a little bit of hindsight trading. But anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible within this market, and you have to prepare yourself for all types of different situations. You have to keep every kind of possible move in the back of your mind. So what I would say is any close below the open of this candle here, which is right around 34,380. Any close below that on Dow Jones, likely we get that top call and downside continuation all the way to this support here at 34,200. And that's kind of where I'll leave that one for now. Again, I am looking for upside continuation for Dow Jones. We'll go ahead and move on to Dixie. I want to see if it's still consolidating. Likely, yeah, it's still consolidating, still within this tight range right here. We did see a little bit of a pullback to basically test the purple 200 moving average here, but we saw that that support being held. We got ourselves three reversal style candlestick closures in a row, but we see the candlestick bodies in a rising fashion. So I am leaning more towards the side of bullish momentum here. Stochastics, though, is the only laggard that's like, right? And this is kind of one of those areas where a cross into the bullish control zone doesn't necessarily work. Why doesn't it work? Okay, I'll tell you right now. We're still holding this consolidation range while Stochastics is losing momentum to the downside. We got that breach back into the bullish control zone, out of the bullish critical zone. Typically, we want to see momentum in price action falling with Stochastics for us, for us to see that tell of like, hey, there's a little bit of a change, a change of momentum here, and maybe it's time to open short positions. But we don't see that. We see Stochastics taking this decline here and price action basically remaining within this range. That provides the theory that we could potentially see a bullish reset. That would not be out of the question to see Stochastics fall down a little bit more while we see price action remain within this range. And if we get that bullish reset here, again, a candle closure above 91.90 would provide the basis of a higher low structure, potentially in formation and continuation on. Again, that is kind of the target to be aware of for a higher low formation. If we take that region out, we likely see that print on RSI. And what does the RSI tell us? All of my trend lines are just completely jacked up today. I don't know what's going on with TradingView, but come on, TradingView, you're not helping me at all. I was supposed to be prepared for this. Okay, so we do see a little bit of a top call here. Again, not a death sentence until we see that, that full-blown reversal. RSI really barely coming below the bullish control zone, holding that positive exponential as support. And as long as we hold that exponential as support, we likely see consolidation continue on for quite some time. It wouldn't be out of the question to think that the consolidation period for the U.S. dollar index couldn't carry on for another week, 2 weeks, a month. You never know, and that's why we highlight levels on these charts. So let me go ahead and lay out some conditions for you guys. 91.90 here. If I see that resistance taken out on a daily candle closure basis, I'm going to be looking for extension back up to 92.16. And on the other hand, if I see a candle closure below 91.69, I'm going to be looking for a greater pullback, to be quite honest with you, all the way back down to 91.30. And I want to reiterate to everybody, we do have this top call. I do like this structure here. This structure is very bullish, but when I zoom out, again, when in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. This is a huge downtrend, right? We've been in a huge downtrend basically since the beginning of 2020 here, and we've been seeing this ebb and flow price action to the downside ever since. For me to be convinced that we're going full on bull mode here, I need to see this pivot point taken out. This is the major high that I'm looking at here at 93.26. This high. Again, I still think we see some upside price action. I do think that the theory of a bullish reset here wouldn't be out of the question for the dollar. But again, for the long-term perspective, for me to be long-term bullish, I need to see a structural higher high printed on a daily candle closing basis, and more preferably, to be honest with you, a weekly. The weekly doesn't look too bad. Still rejecting that green 55 here, but again, the daily provides the basis that we could see some upside continuation as a result. And if we don't, the long-term downtrend will just, that'll just be evidence of long-term downtrend continuation, in my opinion. So for now, that's where I'll leave. That's where I leave the Dixie here. We're gonna go on to what I've been wanting to look at. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bitcoin. This is why I stayed short. So for a few days now, while a couple of other YouTubers were getting all fucking excited and all sorts of just, elated with this price action here, My theory was that it's a freaking lower, it's a lower high. It's going to print as a lower high, and it's just a pity bounce after, you know, downside bearish continuation, right? So we're going to start with a fresh chart here. We're going to lay out some levels and basically, you know, find out what's happening right now. Did we close below that? No, we actually closed right on it, but it still provides evidence that we're putting a lot of pressure on this region here. This isn't the region for like, you know, all hope is lost. This is basically like, you know, these two levels right here are basically like the bullish perspective's last fucking hope, in my opinion. If we take out this downside support level here at $30,400, that's gonna be full on reversal. That's gonna be long term reversal, in my opinion. That'll be the last low that I need to see taken out to be convinced that, you know, targets all the way down to $26,000, maybe even $20,000 are going to be very, very relevant here. We don't have that many levels to the downside as a result, and you know, this is a weekly closure as well. How did the weekly close? Right, oh, we got 2 days left actually. 2 days left. I keep forgetting that weeklies close on Sunday for Bitcoin here. We actually got 2 days left on the weekly, and you know, the green 55 right now is being threatened. And from a weekly perspective, that lines right up with this weekly support level right here. What is that? We'll just call it 32. We'll call it 32,300 on a weekly candle closing basis. If we get that condition, things could turn very drastic, in my opinion, here for Bitcoin. We do see the weekly RSI gaining a lot of momentum to the downside, and you know, barely coming up to test the exponential. I wouldn't even consider this a test of the exponential on the weekly before putting in another top and continuing its drive to the downside below the neutral zone. So, you know, this is kind of the point where I go from, like, you know, medium term bearish to potentially long term bearish for Bitcoin here, especially on a weekly chart. But that lines up almost perfectly with the daily candle structure here, with this region being the last low that we need to see taken out. Again, if we take out $30,400, I don't have any targets all the way until you know, $26,500. And that's a big move. That's a that's a pretty big move for Bitcoin here. Basically, seeing for today's price action. Do I have the right moving averages? Yeah. Oh, we got it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we have a new theory on the table. We have the death cross. The death cross has initiated. Now, this is the beginning stages of the death cross. I've been mentioning this for a few days now. I've heard some questions, comments, and concerns about the death cross, so I'll go ahead and explain a little bit of it just to give everybody clarity here. When you get that death coin, I saw the comment. When you get that death cross, okay, what you want to see when that death cross is initiated, obviously you want to see the green 55 diverge further and further away from the purple 200, and you want to see price action at some point pull back into that cross, right? You want to see it pull into that cross, and either the green 55 or the purple 200 reject price action back to the downside. That is a confirmation that the death cross is real. Technically speaking, we can see price action reclaim back above the purple 200, which is right aligned with 40,285, and that death cross can easily be reverted. It could be a false signal, and then it's not a death cross anymore, right? But it's there. It's something to be aware of. Again, we want to see the green 55 diverge further and further away, which would be right aligned with, you know, price action coming to the downside, and we want to see at some point price action get pulled back in to that green 55 and reject it. And that's, as soon as it rejects that that death cross, that is your confirmation that the death cross is real, that it's not a false signal, it's a real signal. So that is something to be aware of right here for Bitcoin. We got that cross today. Today's price action movement actually forced the green 55 below the purple 200 moving average here, printing another lower high. You know, that's a lower high in conjunction with this lower high. This doesn't look good for Bitcoin, in my opinion. What are my conditions? Let's go ahead and talk about some of those conditions. I already talked about the downside conditions, so let's go ahead and bring up some upside conditions. Let's just lay out some more levels to be thorough as possible here. And we do have a lot of levels to consider, to be quite honest with you. Okay, so for now, we do see a little bit of a hold of support right on 31,500. If we see this region here, what is this? Oh, that's not correct. Yeah, that wasn't correct. Excuse me. If we see this region here taken out, 33,400 on a daily candle closing basis, even over the weekend, I would provide a little bit of an extension all the way back up to test this this high formation right here, right around 34,655. Am I expecting that? Fuck no. Hell no, I'm not expecting that. Actually, with this region here being broken to the downside, seeing no newer highs printing, and seeing the red 10 simple, yellow 21 moving average getting rejected the way it did, it actually opens up the basis for more downside continuation. So for the weekend, I'm actually looking for a test all the way back down to 30,450, and even over the weekend, again, it's a critical level, and that's where people get confused with the weekend trading for cryptocurrencies, because sometimes the weekends, they really don't matter. They really don't matter. Unless we see critical levels broken, and if we see that low taken out over the weekend, I have no reason not to think that this is going to just start really declining to the downside. But we're holding that support, the basis to see a little bit of upside movement, and possibly testing 33,400, 33,350 wouldn't be out of the question for this asset for now. And I don't feel comfortable going any higher than that, just because we're in a fucking bearish downtrend, and I'm not bullish on anything that looks like this. Closing below. Where's my 377? I don't even have my 377 turned on. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, there we go. There it is. Closing below the 377 as well. So, actually, I would look for a pump up to the 377, and I'm going to be looking at that 377 as resistance here, and we're starting to see more and more candles close below it, and the more candles that close below the 377, the more convinced that this is ready to just see a break below that last critical level I'm going to be here. Let's look at the stochastics here. Again, that's just more proof here. We did see a little bit of a try for stochastics over that 3-day period to try to formulate some kind of upside momentum here. That negative exponential just batted it right back down, and we see continuation as a result. RSI, kind of the same thing here. Exponential went negative. We saw RSI bounce back up off of that little bit of a bullish divergence call. Rejection. Now we got a bearish divergence top here that likely plays out, in my opinion. Any kind of move up for Bitcoin here likely just tests and rejects that exponential. That's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm starting to get more and more bearish the more and more that this thing decides to decline here. Very nasty stuff here. Very nasty stuff. It's very fun because I'm short, to be quite honest with you, and I'm going to be looking for more downside price action on Bitcoin. I think it's time for the requests. Let's go ahead and knock those bad boys out. What do we got? AHT. That one seems to be very popular nowadays. Ashford Hospitality Trust. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the low that we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's what I want to say about it. Stochastics, still declining here, still showing downside momentum, penetrating deeper into the the bearish critical zone here. I want to see a cross back up, and both the exponential and the stochastics to cross back above that critical level here into the bearish control zone. That's your signal, right? When you talk about overbought and oversold for any kind of asset, there's a general thinking that you have to immediately buy in the oversold territory and immediately sell in the overbought territory, and that's not the case at all. You want to see that critical level taken out before you make any kind of those decisions. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but as far as the stochastics is concerned, this is kind of a little bit of a bearish piece of evidence here that we could potentially see more downside. We do have a little bit of a 2-point structure in forming. No, that doesn't work at all. Actually, we don't have any kind of structure. What the fuck? We don't have any kind of structure from the stochastics, so I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for the stochastics to react. But price action, we do have a higher low printed on bullish divergence. A little bit of concern. Again, a little bit of concern. I want to see continuation before I'm convinced that we're gonna start testing the prior high here. I want to see a continuation drive back above the red 10 simple that we rejected today, and more importantly, back above this resistance at 5 spot 56 here. Any daily candle closure above that region likely initiates some kind of cross on the stochastics and RSI, and that would be enough for me to look for a drive back up to the prior high resistance at 7 spot 30. And quite obviously, if we take out that region, I do believe the next target would be somewhere around $9. That's a little bit of hindsight trading for now. I'm looking for this to get tested into next week at 5 spot 65, and if we break that, I'm going to be looking for a test of the prior high. Now, if we reject, we start seeing downside momentum continue to the downside, I'm going to be looking for a lower high call here, especially if we break this support level here at 4 spot 92. If we break that region on a candle closing basis, a higher low likely prints, and a rejection of that negatively sloped exponential on RSI likely initiates, and we likely see downside continuation as a result. Where is the structure? All of my lines are jacked. Yeah, and it wouldn't take, in my opinion, it wouldn't take much to see this RSI structure break to the downside, and that would just provide the evidence that we're going to see that lower high potentially continue out. A little bit of hindsight trading that hasn't really been initiated yet, but for now, continuation. I do have to look for continuation after breaking the LO21 yesterday and seeing a closure and hold support above the LO21 today. That provides the basis for a more upside continuation. We have 2 viewers. Yes! Welcome, viewers. Welcome to the stream. Excuse me while I get some nicotine. It's Friday, it's the weekend, it's exciting. I'm going to be studying all freaking day. Ooh, I got 2 more requests. Robert says, by the way, I ain't trading. Oh, OGEN and OPGN. Okay, so that's Robert just mentioned that he's not trading two of the stocks that he requested. Oh, he didn't request those, but I'm gonna look at them. You put it in the comment section, bro. I'm fucking looking at them, and I'm gonna roast the shit out of these stocks if they're bad. Okay, I think that's where we're gonna leave this one. Let's go to the next request here. GSAT. I got a lot of them today, and I'm excited. Global Star Incorporated. Yeah, I've done this. Oh yeah, baby. Higher low confirmed. Higher low. See? Don't you love that technical analysis shit? Don't you just love it? Oh. So we got that higher low confirmed and continuation. I'm going to be looking for new highs, to be quite honest with you. Basically seeing RSI. I don't know why this is a bearish structure. This shouldn't be a bearish RSI. Actually, let me go ahead and change the settings here. I did have to change them for Bitcoin for a couple of theories that I was testing here. I'm going to go ahead and move them back. Where are my bull and bear zones at here? What? I'm confused. Ah. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, so on RSI perspective here, nice little dip below the bullish control zone here, rejected. The bottom side of the bullish control zone rejected that RSI movement, rejected that price action, and forced price action back to the upside. To be quite honest with you, I'm going to be looking for new highs. I'm going to be looking for new highs on this one coming into next week here. First and foremost, I'm going to be looking for extension at the very least back up to $2. And if we see $2 taken out, which again, we have a lot of confluence saying that is very, very probable here. Any closure back above $2, and I'm going to be looking for extension all the way back up to this prior high here at $2.55. And a little bit of hindsight trading. If we take out 255 here, we'll have a structural higher high, and I'll be absolutely fucking bullish on this asset here. I do like the uptrend. I do like the rising lows here and the rising highs. I like price action here. I don't have too much else to say. Stochastics, just disgusting. Breaching back into the bullish control zone, confirmed. I think it ticked in today with the exponential gaining more and more momentum, closing in on the bottom side of that bullish control zone. I like the momentum. I like the way the RSI is set up. I like the higher low call. All signs point to continuation for this one. That's where I'm gonna leave GSAT. Let's move on. NAK. Is this a new one? NAK. Northern Dynasty Minerals. Yeah, I don't know if I've done this one. Ooh. Ooh, I did. I think I did do this one. See, yeah, this one's choppy. Did he say something about NAK? GLBS. No, he was talking about GLBS. Okay. All right. So looking at this one here, this stock's fucking bad. Oh my god. I mean, it's seen an uptrend, but it's so choppy. It's so choppy. Uptrend, sell off, uptrend, major sell off. This is not an uptrend. This is not an uptrend at all. Let's look at the levels that I actually put out. Let's actually put in a couple more here. We'll go ahead and put. Ooh, we have bullish divergence though. For those of you that don't know what bullish divergence is, I'll go ahead and explain a little bit of that for you. Again, we're all here to learn different techniques and different technical indicators here. So RSI prints a lower low in conjunction with price action printing a higher low. Bullish divergence. I'll say that one more time. RSI in conjunction with its prior low will print a lower low, while price action prints a higher low. Bullish divergence. We got the bullish divergence call. We do see a cross back above and rejecting the top side of the bullish control zone. Really doesn't seem like it wants to go bullish. There is a point for the bullish perspective there on this asset here. Continuation drive back up above that exponential, forcing that exponential back to a positive slope. To be quite honest with you, I want to see a few more days of price action, but most importantly, I want to see this pivot point taken out. This is a fucking downtrend at the end of the day. It is a downtrend, and it's been a downtrend for quite some time now. Not seeing any long-term bullish continuation. We're seeing price action we're seeing price action only above one moving average here, and that moving average being the red 10 simple. Anytime candles are closing below all major moving averages, I have no reason to say anything fucking bullish about it. But we have a bullish divergence drive, which provides the basis that we could see this resistance level taken out coming into next week right around 52 cents. And if we take out that region, we likely do see continuation to this region here. This region here or this region here. This is a period of consolidation, so I would actually be more conservative and target the bottom side of the formation right around 56 cents. Again, if the condition of breaking this resistance is met. Looking at the stochastics, this is the kind of signal that we're looking for. I want to see the exponential and the stochastics breach back into the bearish control zone for any kind of buy signal. Do we have bullish divergence on this as well? No, we don't. We don't have bullish divergence on the stochastics, but we do have it on the RSI. So bullish divergence drive is confirmed. Likely we see a little bit of continuation, but again, until we start seeing structural higher highs being printed here, I'm not going to be convinced of any kind of uptrend momentum for this asset. I'm actually going to be looking at any kind of test of resistance to be met with heavy resistance and potential lower highs to be in formation. So for this asset, that's where I'm going to look at it. Northern Dynasty Minerals, not looking good, to be quite honest with you. Wish. Context Logic Incorporated. Yeah, again, this is one of those assets that doesn't have that much history, and again, I can't be confident. But what we do see is a little bit of an uptrend here on a lot of volume. We see that rising volume here, which provides the basis that we could see further continuation to the upside here. Stochastics growing, putting in new highs. Putting in new highs right here. We took out these two highs on the stochastics, seeing continuation as a result. We see a lot of momentum in the stochastics, but price action really just kind of, it kind of went today. You know what I'm saying? I rather would have seen the Cyan 89 not act as resistance. I want to see the Cyan 89 taken out. Any closure above 14 spot 53, I'll look for targets above the swing level. This is my swing level for this asset, to be quite honest with you. 15 spot 40. Any candle closure above that region will provide proof of change of behavior in the market, and I would look for extensions all the way up to this region here, 19 spot 30, to be quite honest with you. But again, take it with a grain of salt that any kind of chart that's like, a couple months, a year, 2 years, anything like that, doesn't have enough history, and technical analysis is based around analyzing price action history for the purpose of identifying potential future results. Now, obviously, past market performance is not indicative of future market results, but the history is what applies to the technical analysis. And without history, I cannot confidently say that I'm going to be bullish on this. But what I can say is that it's likely to be bullish if we hit and take out that pivot zone at 15.42. RSI rejecting the bullish control zone, not a severe rejection, really weak momentum to the downside. Likely see a little bit of continuation as a result. No divergences identified just yet. 2 high or low formations as a result, carrying onwards and upwards. I like the way it looks, to be quite honest with you, for a little bit more upside continuation. But again, be aware that this is a major level here, right around 15.40. If we reject that and come down, it's just going to be downtrend continuation for this one. And that's where I'm going to leave Wish here. Let's move on to Fubo. Yeah, I'll do Fubo. I'm just doing these requests in order, and I'll definitely get to Fubo. Don't worry about it. ACST. Acasti Pharma Incorporated. I've done, man, there's so many stocks that I think I've never looked at that I have. We do have an uptrend, right? We have an uptrend. RSI printing a higher low here. Do we have any lows below? Yeah. Why isn't that? Oh, that's why there's no divergence, because they printed lows on the same support here at 48, almost 49 cents. That's new. No. Yes. Yeah. They printed a low here, and both of the lows were printed on the same support level here. So there's no divergence at all whatsoever on this. But we do have the basis for continuation. Nasty rejection of this resistance level at 60, what would you call it, 61 cents. Maybe we broke that? Sometimes I have to really look at these stocks. Yeah, that's rejection. We rejected the 61 cent region here. We didn't see a candle closure above it, but the momentum oscillators does tell me that it has enough power for a drive up. That move up, forcing the stochastics back up, basically exiting the the bearish control zone back into the neutral zone here. I like that read. RSI creeping closer and closer to the bottom side of the bullish control zone while maintaining a positive exponential here. Already confirmed one back test and confirming it as support. I like it, but what I don't like is that nasty rejection that we saw. And if we continue to see price action to the downside below this region here, I'm going to be convinced that a move all the way back down to this support level wouldn't be out of the question, right around 51 and a half cents here. But if we break this region here, I would have to go and say that this blue 377 is going to prove to be the next major target here. Now, as far as change of behavior is concerned, this is the last level that I'm looking for, 61 cents. I want to see a structural higher high being printed, and this is the region that I want to see taken out before I'm convinced of any kind of major potential to the upside is concerned. So breaking this level, again, you saw that major rejection right here. We saw a nice, candle wick all the way above it. If you were watching it live, you were like, "Oh shit! Oh, it's gonna close above it." It rejected, and we closed below that major pivot point. And if we close above that major pivot point, that's gonna be very powerful in my opinion. And we actually likely see momentum oscillators react as a result, and the first target probably wouldn't be only the 67 cent region at the blue 377, but likely all the way back up to this region right around 78 cents. Again, this is a pivot point. This is the swing point that I'm looking at for major bullish potential to the upside. As far as the long term is concerned, this chart's really choppy. I don't like choppy charts, because moves like this happen. Moves like this happen, and then you wake up one day and realize that you're down, 85% on a position. It is what it is. It is an uptrend. I want to see that swing point here taken out for any kind of movement back up to the upside. But for me to be long-term bullish, this is the last level here, $1.19, $1.20. If we take out $1.20 at any point during this uptrend run here, long-term bullish continuation would be the result in my opinion. But for now, we're just not doing a little hindsight trading analysis. We're doing current price action analysis, and we rejected this level, so a little bit of downside is warranted in my opinion until at least we break the 61 cent region. That's where I'll leave that one. Let's next. SNDL. Yeah, I know I've done this one before. Sundial growers. Not good. Oh, no. This is bad. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. We do have the basis for a macro high, macro uptrend, to be quite honest with you, but the fact that this structure continues to print lower highs, not good. Let me highlight those lower highs for you. So here we got our blow off top right here, and then we got our first confirmed lower high, and then these highs here were taken out, obviously, but these highs don't matter to me anymore. They're not part of the structure. This matters to me. We're below this region here and this region here. It's a downtrend. It's a downtrend until proven otherwise, in my opinion. And what would prove me otherwise? Let's take a look. Not this. Not. That's a top. Yeah, that's a top. Holy shit. We got a break of the exponential from an RSI perspective. Very weak cross to the downside, though. But this is still confirmed a lower high in conjunction with this high here. Downtrend is likely, in my opinion. If we see 94 cents, 94.5 cents taken out on a daily candle closing basis, we likely see a new low being printed on this formation, and the downtrend likely continues as a result. Anything below 88 cents, 88.5 cents, and we likely see major decline with this asset here. But if we recover and take out a $1.08, likely we see a test back up to this prior high at $1.22. But that still doesn't provide the bullish sentiment that I'm looking for. We do see a little momentum in the stochastics here, not really providing any. Well, actually, we do have a little bit of a structure. We do. Come on, TradingView. We do have a little bit of a structure. No, that was broken. Nope. Maybe that works. We do have a little bit of a structure. We do see the exponential reclaim a positive slope. But again, anytime we see that momentum cross through the critical zone here, we want to see price action reacting the same way with some kind of breakout here. We need to stop rejecting if we want to see any price action to the upside. So for now, I am kind of downside. I am kind of biased to the downside until proven otherwise, and it's unfortunate because. There is a little bit of potential, in my opinion, for this asset to continue up, but the fact that it opened and just went straight down, I don't know to be quite honest with you. I just want to see those levels break before I'm convinced of any kind of bullish momentum. What the hell just happened? Where are my freaking moving averages? Oh, come on. I got rid of my freaking, Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Alright, I guess we're not using moving averages because I have to redo all my freaking settings. Jesus. What the hell happened? TradingView is on some acid or something today because shit just keeps happening, and I'm not sure what the hell's going on with it. I do apologize for any of the technical difficulties that I'm currently experiencing. We'll go ahead and move on to be big. Dyslexia is fun. Vinco Ventures Incorporated. We're just going to play off of levels here. Looking real weak. Oh yeah, this is looking weak. We got a top call here. Bearish divergence continue to play out. We got a break of support right along this region, and yeah, closed below it. So downside, probably likely below $3.91 is what's next. If we hold that support, yeah, we have the bias for a double bottom, but in my opinion, that's not very likely. We do see the RSI rejecting that negatively sloped exponential after calling that bearish divergence call, after rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone. Man, everything is jacked up on my charts today. What the flip? And maybe, you know, maybe you can consider this a break of structure here, and it's going to be even more confirmed, in my opinion, if we see that negatively sloped exponential cross below this diagonal uptrend line here on the RSI perspective. We do see the stochastics looking eerily the same way here. Saw that, you know, that little false positive signal here, that false buy signal, get rejected by the negatively sloped exponential. That is why I take negative exponential slope analysis and positive slope analysis extremely, extremely seriously. Anytime we see negative exponentials on RSI or stochastics, I'm always going to be looking for that negative exponential to act as potential resistance. So I pay attention to that very, very, very closely, and that's a perfect example of how it worked here. And that is perfectly aligned with that bearish divergence call that we saw on the RSI and that we're seeing play out now. And to be quite honest with you, I do think it has more to go to the downside. We do have a lower high confirmed, and the next step, in my opinion, for this one, for a downtrend to be confirmed, is a lower low to be printed. And any closure below 3.92 here will be confirmed as a lower low, and then targets to the downside. I mean, this would be the first target here, 3.72, but likely lower in my opinion. To the upside, we need to take this region out here. We need to see 4.20 taken out on a daily candle closing basis for me to be convinced of any kind of higher low structure. Yes, this could become a higher low structure, but the way the RSI looks, it's really not painting the picture of health and fitness, in my opinion. It actually does look like it wants to come down a little bit more. But again, not enough history. There isn't enough history for me to be like, yep, I'm super confident with what I'm calling, which is why I'm not trading anything like this, because it's unreliable. Any analysis, you know, any market that's under, you know, 3 to 5 years old is going to be completely unreliable in my perspective. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave that one. Let's go ahead and move on. I already did AHT. Fubo. We are on Fubo. Fubo TV Incorporated is this one I have not done yet. I have done this one. Okay, so we got that continuation drive, right? We got that continuation drive. We tested the RSI exponential. That is positive as support, and boom, launched off to new highs here. This is the next level that we're really paying attention to. We actually saw it reject today, but momentum oscillators suggest continuation, to be quite honest with you. RSI bouncing off the bottom side of the bullish control zone, continuing on to test that prior high resistance. I would consider that close enough as an exponential test and confirmation as support. Stochastics breaching back into the critical zone. I want to see the exponential enter the critical zone aligned with a new high being printed on price action, and the high that we need to take out is this one here. Oh shit, no, I'm tripping. No, continuation. I'm looking for continuation, to be quite honest with you. Let's look at the next high here, right here. Yep, this is going to be the target. I had my horizontal in the wrong location. Sometimes that happens with traditionals. It's a little. With traditional stocks, they're a little bit more choppy to read, so sometimes I get thrown off by, you know, the top and bottom calls. It's very easy on cryptocurrencies to identify a top and a bottom. Sometimes it's a little confusing for traditional stocks, but I had my horizontal in the wrong location. This is actually the high that we, this is actually the high, 33.70, that we needed to say taken out for an extension possibility all the way up to this region here, 38.62, 38.65, give or take 10 or 15 cents. That's going to be the next target coming into next week. We didn't really break this resistance with force. If we closed all the way at $35, I would look for a pullback to 33.74. But a pullback nonetheless is still kind of not out of the question, to be honest with you, as the last low that we got printed here was on the 16th of June here. So even a pullback all the way to this region. I need my freaking moving averages. I feel so naked without my moving averages. Give me 1 second, everybody. Let me just adjust the inputs here. I don't need the 30. No, thank you. I don't need the 9. I need the 21, the 55, the 89, and the 200. And the blue 377, please. Okay. My moving averages look a little strange right now, but yeah, the bias that a pullback to the red 10 simple here at 30 spot 75 would not be out of the question. I would actually be looking for that. Again, it doesn't have to be all-time highs. It just has to be new highs. Anytime I see new highs being printed on a bullish formation, I'm always looking for for them sell-offs, because somebody's going to be selling, right? Somebody's going to take those new highs and say, oh shit, I got to take profits, right? So seeing a little bit of a pullback to that red 10 simple, maybe potentially base a higher low structure along that region would not be out of the question. But the way momentum oscillators are looking right now, I have no reason not to think that this won't continue into next week, all the way back up to this resistance here at 38 spot 60. So yeah, it's got a beautiful structure. Very, 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 very beautiful structure. Nice bullish uptrend on this one. But I think this is the one that I was looking at long term. That's just ass. Yeah, this one's just ass long term. Who opens at $500,000 a share and then just dies, right? This one does. But uptrend, it's an uptrend, it's an uptrend. The trend is your friend until the end. That's how I'm going to be looking at this one. And yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and move on. What's next? GLBS. This is the one Robert said he's not trading. Oh, motherfucker. What the holy shit! Oh my goodness! Oh, look at that fucking volume! Yo. Yo. Alright, so here, we're testing all-time lows. We are testing all-time lows on massive volume. This is going to fucking zero. This chart is absolutely dog shit. Oh my goodness. Oh, poor Global Maritime. Poor that company. They're just awful sauce. Awful sauce. Let's look at the weekly. He did say he wanted some like history in the past here. I'll tell you what the history in the past is. It's dog shit. I think this one travels to new all-time lows, to be quite honest with you. Bearish control zone. Look at, oh my god. What is this? Look at how tiny that structure is. I can't even fucking read that shit. Oh my goodness. I gotta take a drink to that one. Yo, you guys are seeing this, right? What is this? What the hell is this? This is a weekly. Look at this tiny, tiny, tiny structure. How do you read something like this? I can't even say, yup, okay, RSI's in an uptrend because... What the fuck? Holy crap. Okay, let's do some analysis on this, alright? Zero. Zero. Going to zero. Just press the green button already. Just buy it. This is the most powerful, most bullish stock I've ever seen in my life. You have to hit the green button on this one. You absolutely have to hit the green button. Press the green button! No, with this RSI on the daily, really just getting shreked in the butthole. I'm going to be looking for downside continuation, to be quite honest with you. If we got to get serious here, we do see the stochastics really declining, rejecting that negatively sloped exponential. Even the positive shit doesn't really mean anything, in my opinion. Is it tradable? Yeah, sure, of course it's tradable, but I mean, this thing has just been going down forever, and it does not look like it ever wants to come back up. We're testing the lows right now. We're testing the all-time lows for this asset right now, and if we break this region... Alright, okay. I guess we can try fib retracements. Actually, let me... There we go. Alright, this is my target. That's my target. Zero. Fucking zero. Fucking awful sauce. Okay, so from a realistic technical analysis standpoint, all jokes aside, I'm having an absolute blast with this pile of shit chart. We're right aligned right there with that support level at 3.92. We'll just call it 395, right? If we close below 395, we got to use the Fibonacci retracement levels as a result here. Bearish downtrend, instead of it being extension levels, it becomes retracement levels. And the 1.272 Fibonacci retracement level is going to be my first target, followed by the 1.414, and wherever to the downside. If we break this one, I do think even further long-term decline will be the result of this stock breaking that region. We are holding it right now, but am I bullish? Dude, I have no upside potential. This gapped infinitely to the downside. How do you get a gap at 26%, for Christ's sakes? Holy crap. Do I have upside targets? No. If I'm being honest with you, if we close back above this region, I'm going to have to start using just bullshit levels as potential targets to the upside. But again, do I think this is coming to the upside? Absolutely not. Not at all whatsoever. This is bad. This is this is absolute. We have 4 viewers? Holy shit! I have 4 viewers in my live stream right now. That is the most viewers at one time I've ever had. Thanks for joining. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, if you like seeing me have a little bit of fun with shit charts, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, tick that little bell for more content. I really appreciate the support, guys. Much love. It's very, very, very appreciated. But going back to this stock, I mean, I don't know what the fuck. This is bad. This is just awful. Global Maritime Limited, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're having such a shit time here. The company must be suffering a lot of negativity right now. It must be awful. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this before. Decline, gap. Consolidation, gap. Consolidation, gap. Consolidation, gap. What the fuck? This stock is absolutely just... Oh my god! Oh, a little bit of an uptrend on the daily. Fail. Dude, this chart is just absolutely catatonic as a failure. Oh my god! Oh, we got an uptrend. Fail. Anytime this thing tries to have an uptrend... Hell no. This thing hardly traded in the past even. Jesus. What is this? Is that it? That's it. Stock opened at what? 47,850 and has been dying ever since. Oh my god, look, uptrend. Oh, we actually got an uptrend on this one. Oh, just kidding, fail. Oh, a little bit more of an uptrend. Oh, just kidding, fail. Yeah, this is one of the worst charts I've probably ever laid eyes on. And this here, I've never seen anything like that. That's disgusting. I would hate to trade this. I feel bad. I feel bad for anybody that has traded this one. Stop trading it. Do not invest in this. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But for me, my brain is telling me never, ever, ever, ever put a penny into this shit-ass shithole of a stock. And I think that's where I'm going to leave that one. Do we have any more? OGEN. Okay, let's do OGEN. Hopefully it's another shit chart that I can roast the crap out of. Orogenics Incorporated. Of course. No? Not a shit chart. Not a great chart, but not a shit chart. I did do an analysis on this one. It is coming off of a forever downtrend. Seeing a little bit of an uptrend, but within that uptrend, macro style, like here's your macro lows. Here's a low, here's a low, here's a low, right? We're seeing a plethora of lower highs. Likely we see lower lows here. We did get a top call here. Downside continuation to test this low here. 68 cents wouldn't be out of question. If we break 68 cents, I'll be looking for moves back down to 63 cents. Stochastics painting the picture here. Saw a little bit of that waning downside momentum. Test that negatively sloped exponential, and you can see it being forced to the side a little bit. Rejected. It rejected, and it's now penetrating into the bearish critical zone here. Looking for downside continuation. If we see that exponential cross as a result as well, likely that's just going to provide more evidence to the latter here. Looking at RSI, do we have a break of structure? No, we do not. We're still maintaining that structure. However, I always want to bring awareness to that exponential slope analysis. Exponential is negative here, and we saw that it rejected and put in that top call here. So I am going to be looking for this structure to break, to be quite honest with you, and that would be perfectly aligned with any candle closure back below 68 cents, and that would again be another bearish indicator with another lower low being printed, and I would move targets all the way down to 63 cents, 63 and a half, something like that, give or take. Not the picture of health and fitness of this OGEN stock here. OPGN. This will be the last one, and then I'm going to get off here and do some studies. OPGN. Oh, this is choppy too. It's newer though. So I can't roast it too much. Technically, yes, uptrend. Technically, yes. Uptrend. Long term, yes. Technically, yes. And I would have to, stay on the bias that this will remain up in an uptrend until proven otherwise. But we're not going to do any of that hindsight trading for this one. We're actually just going to look at current price action structure here. Any highs? Bearish divergence, high or low? Confirmed. Liftoff. Yeah, I'll be looking for continuation. If we break the 2-spot 40 region, what's the next level that I need to be aware of here? This one right here. Go ahead and print that. Yeah, if we break above the 2-spot 40 region, I'll be looking for extension all the way back up to 2-spot 71. This is what I like about this structure right here, is that we see price action continuing to the upside while stochastics is declining. There's more evidence in this one of a bullish reset than anything else that I've looked at here today. The more price action consolidates between this range here, 240 and 217 without seeing like the RSI break or major decline, we're going to see these stochastics continue to fall to the downside, and that provides the basis for a bullish reset, and that would be very, very nice to see. This does kind of look flaggy, to be quite honest with you. Looks like a little bit of a flag might start playing out here. I want to see price action again close back above 2-spot 40 before I extend any targets to the upside and to the downside. If we take out 2-spot 17, where's the next low? Right here. I mean, can I even use that? I can use that. This will be the next target if we see that that support being taken out here at 2-spot 13 would be the next target if we break to the downside, but a new low printing on this structure would provide the basis for downside continuation much further than that. We have a real tight consolidating. Ooh, is this a pattern though? Wicks, candles. Come on, see what we got here. Ooh, it's a rising wedge. I don't like rising wedges. Why? Because rising wedges are generally bearish in nature, but we're within that rising wedge, which still provides the opportunity to see the 2-spot 41 region broken on a daily candle closing basis. But if we see this formation break to the downside, it likely results in a nasty move as a result. But again, there's kind of both sides of the coin on this one, bearish and bullish sides. We have a bearish pattern, in my opinion, coming off a downtrend with a rising wedge here. That tends to end in a bearish fashion. I think the program said rising wedges after a downtrend end up in a negative movement as a result about 73% of the time. So it doesn't have to play out that way. Obviously, anything can happen here with price action, but the basis that downside potential is more probabilistic as a result of this formation. Printing 73%. 73% says this breaks to the downside. So RSI uptrend structure, real choppy action here, real weak momentum from an RSI perspective. I don't like all these bearish divergence drives. I want to see boom. I want to see momentum, and this isn't momentum to me. This is just pitiful, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, and I think that's where I'm going to leave that one. Again, I'll highlight the conditions for this one. A candle closure above 2-spot 40, and I'll look for extension all the way back up to 2-spot 71. first and foremost, and any kind of candle closure below $2.20 here. I'll be looking for pullbacks to touch level by level. First level being $2.13, followed by $2.07, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave that one. Thank you for hopping into the channel today. Thank you for watching the whole stream. I know I got a couple guys in here watching the whole stream. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for being here again. I'm trying to stay on the road to reaching 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. That is the goal. So if you have any friends, families, loved ones, inanimate objects, cats, dogs, mice, fish, birds, pets, anything, hell, a couch, I don't care. If it has a YouTube channel or a YouTube account, bring them in if they're interested. Like and subscribe. Tick that little bell. I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis today. Leave me any comments, any recommendations for channel improvements, anything you want to see changed or improved like that. I'm completely open-minded to making the channel better and more visible for for the viewers. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy.